data is really power for us. And like from my perspective, the data that I typically look at is student data. And so to look at what our staff are saying, and not just our teaching staff, but also our support staff, it's been a really, really worthwhile exploration just to see, well, how are people feeling, and as a group, what are our strengths and weaknesses? So I think the opportunity to use a platform to gather data and then to be part of a process where we not only analyse the data, but we enact some change in response to that is something that as a college we're really used to doing, and we've seen the benefits of. We are a community, and I think that's one thing that stands very strong as a college, whether you're working on the grounds, whether you're a student, whether you're a parent. Community is something within our discourse that we use quite regularly and we speak to, but we also action. And that was a real highlight in our data as well, that community and sense of community maintained as a strength for our college. And that was really quite affirming as well to share that with our staff. In response to the first data set, we formed a resilience working party, and I've opened it up to staff who would like to join. And so we have a team of 5 staff who unpacked the data with me and found some positive things in what we're already doing and made some suggestions. And off the back of that work, there's already been some changes made at the executive level, reintroducing some things that we had to give staff voice, for example, a staff forum. However, one of the recommendations, or a couple of them, were to up the ante in things that we do or push things a little bit further. And then going through the strategy builder, I guess in terms of even a lot of my study has been in change leadership and meaningful sustainable change, and how to embed that within a school. So the strategy builder, I think, would probably be a good example of how to create change but sustain change, because you're actually reflecting, you're putting the data, it's prompting you to do everything you should be doing when you're wanting to make change in an organisation. So it kind of, brought me to highlight our focus areas. So hence I can say staying healthy, maintaining perspective and mastering stress. Like they're coming to me straight away because I've been through that process and I know those things now. And yeah, just then sharing that. So then it being so easy to download and share with the leadership team. It presents really nicely. So it looks like, a clearly formatted report that conceptualizes who we are and what our goals are based on what we know about our staff. The staff's resilience is very closely linked to retention. Very conscious of our beginning teachers and supporting them with their wellbeing and their resilience in engaging in a profession that's highly complex and just so agile and ever-changing. And so I think supporting our staff through resilience is definitely going to align really nicely. I definitely would recommend it. I think that the information is really easy to attain, in that the survey that your staff complete is really straightforward, simple, non-confrontational. And I would say that the way that you communicate what we're doing and the purpose of staff completing that survey is really crucial. But from there, the insights that you're going to gain from that data are really great and can inform drastic change, or perhaps just tweaking and minor adjustments to what you're already doing. And I think the other great thing about this tool is that running that survey at different points will, in our case, definitely show how fluid resilience is in our staff body, and which means that we need to then be proactive, and we are being more proactive in looking at where and when we need to support our staff. My experience with the resilience tracker is that the steps that you're going through really do support you in conceptualizing your direction and change, and then that gives you a bit more confidence because you've got the data, you've gone through that process to reflect on it and identify, well, what do we actually want to do with this? and that supports you then to take that action that is needed. So I think, going from my experience in the resilience tracker, I would definitely say that in terms of your workforce strategy, it would be a good way to identify areas and to really unpack them